seconds to try a shot and try to win the game.
This is the Notebook Wagering Show on the Wild Style Network. Here are your hosts, Q, Smitty, Matt, and J Cam.
Hey, we are off and running Thursday night live at the Salisbury Center, powered by Monster Energy. Smitty, I got my man Nails up in Pittsburgh. We got the best guy behind the glass. We'll get him in a second. Nails, what's happening tonight?
What's up, boys? Another rainy, dreary night here in Pittsburgh, but pretty good for sports, though. I'll say that.
Yeah, it sounds like it's raining out here in Manassas right now, but hey, we need it, whatever. Hey, this is we love this. This is smorgasbord, man. We got games. You want, NHL, you want NBA, you want Major League Baseball. We got it all tonight, and that's a fun ticket. I gave out my card on social media, so make sure you follow that. Hopefully it's a good night. I'm having a good week right now with the bets. So let's talk live bets, because that's why we're here. We want to win some money. We want to have some fun tonight. We're going to dive into all these contents and even more. And we got our little fun game at the end, odd one out. I got three good categories. I got the boys from Stand Up and Shout. I think they're still here. If they stick around the entire show, I got a little music odd one out that we might talk about. But Maddie, any live bets tonight? Let's get after it. I'm going to do my card, but let's see if you have anything.
You and I are oppo tonight.
That's good. That's good at times. That's good. That makes a good podcast.
Hey,
but let's see.
I mean, I've been really good on the hockey, so I'm gonna continue to ride the underdogs tonight. I got the Rangers plus 143, and then I got that Avalanche plus 110. Each of those money line, and I threw them together for a plus 380 something for live bets. Why not? I have Evan Mobley over points in the Celtics Cavs game, over 13.5, minus 110. And then goofball Jaylen Brown, I just checked, over 6.5 rebounds. Dude has 0. I mean, come on, man.
It's early. It's in the first quarter.
But they're down Porzingis. They need all the size and help they can get rebounded against a taller Cleveland team. And this dude is like the cherry picker at half court who just wants to dunk the ball.
Well,
saw him throw up some knucklehead dunk attempt early already.
All right. Is that all you got tonight?
That's it for right now, buddy. That's
okay.
it.
Okay. So I'm going to fire here, man. I'm firing tonight here. And I'm going to piggyback off what Matt said about the rebounds there. So let me go in. I'm going to go in one thing. So where am I going tonight? I put this out on social media. Let's win some money tonight. Let's go. Cardinals minus 135. Coming back. They're playing the Brewers tonight. Listen, this Cardinals team is not good. Not good at all. Lost their catcher. They're not a very good offensive team. But I'm going to bring him up, man, because one of my favorite people to check out his great stats and info, Josh Applebaum, that works for, does some stuff for VSiN. Road favorites, man, especially off for loss this year, are 48, 26, 65%. That game, Cardinals were a dog early in the day, and now they were favorites. I got them at minus 135, so let's roll them tonight. Kansas City, I'm going to go with them tonight against the Angels. Angels just took 2 out of 3 against Pittsburgh, but who's not taking 2 out of 3 against Pittsburgh right now? Waka is going for them. I think it's Dittmers. I can't remember his first name, but road favorites are 30 and 15, 67%. I'm going to do this because the Angels played in Pittsburgh yesterday, day game, had to travel cross country. I'm just going to take a chance with Kansas City. I kind of like that Kansas City team. Where do I have NBA tonight? I'm doing Cleveland Cavaliers under 99.5 points, minus 120. Not off to a good start. They're up. They have like 30 points already in the first quarter. Celtics better tighten up. But, man, we'll talk Celtics here in a second. And I did over 6.5 assists, rebounds. Luke Cornett, the big guy that's playing center for the Celtics. Matt, I'm going to do the same thing with the rebounds, man. I'm going to throw the little assist. I think he had double digits last game 1 in that, so that's where I went tonight. NHL, I think Dallas is going to bounce back. They were up 3-0, and they blew it against Colorado, so I'm going to see if they bounce back. And then I'm going to do a little double money line parlay. Oklahoma City, money line, NBA. Going to match them up with Carolina against the Rangers tonight. So I am going against you there too. Plus 138. Carolina is up 1-0 right now.
Yeah, for the fans, it's Reed Detmers for the Angels. He's probably their best pitcher.
Okay. I'm going to go against
solid.
I'm going to go against him tonight.
Yep, and then your boy Cornette, the big fella, he's got 1 rebound so far. Him and Jaylen Brown.
One rebound.
Pregame. I don't know what it is.
Well, listen, it's early. Let's stay positive here.
It's real early, but hey, Mobley has 11 points first quarter. I mean, all he needs is 1 basket and 1 foul shot, and that's
you're golden, Graham. Hey, everybody in the chat, thanks. Here's the guys. Ken, what's happening? Yeah, it's raining everywhere, man. Hey, let's make it green out there, everybody. Let's make it green with our bets. Let's make some money, and let's get the grass looking fantastic for early summer here. So, but yeah, let's go tonight. Let's have a lot of fun here. So let's dive right in the NBA. Boston. Again, here's the thing with Boston. It's my team, Matt. I'm sorry your team got eliminated. Not trying to be a jerk. Maybe I am because it's Sixers, but the Celtics mess around. And I think this is something that, and I think we agreed with on text, they got to get through this quick because we're going to talk Indiana and the Knicks. And I know you've enjoyed that series. J Cam has too. I have. But the Celtics, last game shot fantastic from 39% from 3-point, 5 guys in double digits, Brown 32. White has been playing lights out. I mean, is that one that, Matt, I'm going to throw this at you. Is that right now, to throw a little, if the Celtics get there, MVP Eastern Conference or NBA Finals with White? That'd be a good ticket.
I mean, that's good pizza money. I think Tatum will need to step up and be the guy here, and he should be, especially if Porzingis misses more time. Tatum, I checked his rebounding numbers tonight, and Rivers Sportsbook had his over rebounds tonight, I think at 8.5. And I'm like, well, there's the guy they want to rebound the ball, and lo and behold, he is doing it. So maybe he was the right play over guys like Brown and Cornette that we made. But I figured the Cavs might try to lock him down, put a bigger defender on it, maybe even Mobley, because Mobley can really move. But who knows? You said a lot of game, but yeah, White's numbers now are starting to get to the unbettable level, though. I checked his stats out, and his threes are super high. His points are going up every game. He's been terrific, and that's why I got the Hawaiian shirt on tonight, Smitty, because a lot of teams got booted last week, so they're on vacation. I went with a little theme.
I can only see a little bit.
But yeah,
we're in the blue tonight. It was a blue night here at Novo Wagering.
The Hawaiian theme because there's guys golfing and there's guys in Cancun or wherever they are on vacay.
All right. So, hey, yeah, Matt said Tatum has to pick it up, though. 7 and 19 last game, 0 for 5, 3-point. The thing with Boston is the depth is just fantastic. The depth is just unbelievable, how they can bring guys in and out of this. Mitchell played fantastic for Cleveland in game 1. I think he had 33 points overall. Fantastic. So, yeah, we'll see. I think this is one, and we're going to talk here in a second about the Pacers and the Knicks. Just, that's entertainment, man. Get people, if you're not watching that and you're a slight basketball fan, get on that. That's entertaining. Okay, so we got Oklahoma City tonight against Dallas. Matt, overall, I think it's 5.5 again. Yeah. Oklahoma City last game 117-95. The under did cash at 219. Oklahoma City did cover. I just, man, oh man, Oklahoma City looks tough. I mean, they just look young. They look faster. Star player for Dallas is a little banged up. Where are you going tonight? I mean, I'm going money line. I'm going to do that money line parlay with them.
I probably wouldn't be afraid to lay the points, man. Luka looked, I hate to say it, I don't want to be mean because it's not like we're pillars of fitness here, but Luka looked fat and slow and hobbled. And I mean, haven't they gone through an 82 game season? Shouldn't he have maybe slimmed down a little bit? Is he at the buffet a little too much? I'm not sure. He still looks good. He's going to get his points, of course, because he's so good at creating space with that jab step and then drop back for 3. But Yeah, he looks slow, and OKC is young and super athletic. I wouldn't be afraid to lay 5 points with that team right now. They are rolling, and we might as well segue it and not spend too much time on that series because the T Wolves are really putting their foot on the gas against Denver, and that series looks really questionable. And now whole Jamal Murray kid gloves blow up here, not a good look for the Nuggets.
No, that's what I have in mind. 2-0 right now. They go back to Minnesota. Edwards has been fantastic. I mean, Edwards is starting to take over a little bit. Damn, I guess I stumbled on the sexy part of YouTube. You better believe it is. We got blue on tonight. I love it. Let's go. My gun, he says Luka isn't fat. Hey, and Matt, I'm going to just say real quick, hey, don't talk about, like, I got to, as he said that, if everyone, if you're watching, I kind of sucked it in a little bit when he's like, we're not, yeah. He looks a little slow. But back to Minnesota. Edwards taking it over. I mean, 43 points, 27. Towns played fantastic. And like Matt said, Murray had a little tantrum, threw some stuff on the court. And he's just not shooting, man. I wrote down in the notes, 3 out of 18, 0 for 4, 3.8 points. You got to have this guy going. And I said a couple weeks ago, I thought this team was going to zip through. It ain't happening.
Those Minnesota defenders, they were top 5 in the league in defensive efficiency, I believe. They may have been number 1. I'm not sure about that, but they look great. That Daniels, man, he's got length and he bothers a lot of people. And they are really getting to Murray. They're saying, hey, Jokic, you can have your 28, 12, and 10, but this year, no Murray to beat us. And the other guy, Aaron Gordon's actually played pretty well in the series, but Michael Porter Jr. has not. So they're struggling.
Well, Porter, not to cut you off, I'm sorry. But Porter, man, he's going through his brother. His one brother was like, he's gambling and he's kicked out of the league. The other brother got a DUI. The other brother is in jail for something else. I mean, are you talking, we could compare this with maybe the Von Erichs just downhill with the brothers. I mean, it's close. Is that too far? I'm sorry if I took it there. I mean, these are brothers that are just starting to. And I got another NFL. If we have time to talk about that, he better be put in house arrest here by his own family and friends here soon. But the Von Erichs and the Porter kids right now, slow this down, or it could be like that. And if you're offended by that, I'm sorry, but that's the way I think of it. So, go ahead, Matt.
That's it. I mean, they need to figure it out quick. And if Murray can't get it going, I don't know who they're going to expect to get it going. So Jokic can't go for 40 and 20 against Gobert and Towns. And then they lost the game last time without Gobert. He was out for the birth of his first child. So they're going to throw a double at him next game. So this is a squeaky bum time, man. They better pucker up and get it going.
Yeah. In the chat, all small towns have those people. That's all I gotta say. All right. Hey, let's go Knicks Pacers. I know our friends in the chat, Dr. Brent, JK, we're intrigued with this series. And if this is a fun series, and like I said, if you like basketball at all, watch this, because that was entertaining last night. You got Brunson, and I know myself and JK were on the under 37.5, I believe. He goes out, and then he's coming back, and what is that? Like Willis Reed, that it was like, was the place going to go erupt and go crazy? And then every shot he took, I'm like, stop shooting. Somebody step on his foot. Come on. But he's such a good player. And you got the Villanova guards, man. You got Hart. Yeah, he's like, man, did he shoot the lights out last night? He shot fantastic. But, Matt, here's my question with you. So the Knicks are up 2-0. But the minutes are starting to add up with the Knicks, I think. They're playing heavy minutes. And even if it's Roland Massimino coaching the Knicks, great stuff. That's fantastic. Great stuff in the chat. Hey, everybody in the chat, man, put your predictions on these series. We'd love to hear it, but keep up with the Rolly Massimino comments, man. That's fantastic. Can the guards continue this? And even Matt, I'm going to go past this series and go into if they play the Celtics. These are a lot of minutes. Brunson now, doing a ton of minutes, has a foot problem. The other guy, one of their other starters got hurt. He's out. It looks like a hamstring. We're talking injuries. And these guys, we said this last week, they're going 7 guys. They're playing 7 guys. Now what are you going to do?
Yeah, the guy who got hurt, his name is tough. Let me just get
It's
it
like
to make
OG.
sure.
I think they just call him OG or something. Isn't it like just OG?
OG Ananobi.
Let's just go Big O. Big O.
Yeah,
Oliver
so
Miller.
he's
Oliver
a
Miller
big-
got hurt last night.
Oliver Miller's permanently hurt. Yeah, Ananobi's a really good defender, really good shooter too. Like he's probably their, I don't want to say, he probably is basically their third option. It's probably Brunson, and then it would have went Randall, and I think he would have been next. But in the playoffs, man, Hart and DiVincenzo have stepped up. But you're right. I think Josh Hart played every minute potentially last night. I'm not sure if that's true.
No, that's true. He did.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, but they're going to have to. And to me, I think it's actually opposite. I don't think it's going to hurt them this series. I think they're literally the it team that's riding that high. But you're right, going forward against Boston, who's so deep and talented, I think that's where it'll wear them down. Like they might sneak into Boston and say they get to Boston. Let's put it that way. I think they might get game 1, and then I think they might get trucked out. If Boston's just so good, and Porzingis will be back, that hamstring's really questionable. They're going to need Mitchell Robinson back ASAP because they don't have enough bodies to throw out there.
Yeah, well said. But that's a fun series, and I'll tell you,
It's sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. That's been some of the best, fun, actually fundamentally sound basketball I've watched in quite a while. Back and forth, good coaching. There's only been some, I hate to say, red flags with the refs, and it's only been the last 2 minutes.
Yep.
And it's, come on, you guys have done so good all game. Don't ruin such a great game now. And then I actually saw something on the internet today. Like they showed at the end of the game there, Josh Hart 2-hand shoved Halliburton at midcourt while he was dribbling and didn't get called. And like I missed it probably live time. I'm like, wow, that's actually pretty blatant. Like Halliburton almost fell on his face, but he kept going somehow. So the refs just need to clean up a little bit. That's it. It's been the best basketball though I've seen in quite a long time.
Yeah, game 1, the legal, the screen up top, and and this happens a lot. I mean, we saw it. Matt, we disagreed on that, and the girls' Final Four, that was Connecticut and Iowa. That came down to something like that. So, and that one, I think we disagreed. And I mean, sometimes when you're on the bet and you could, maybe your brain's a little bit like, I don't know. It's like, come on, I got the call, and now I'm pissed off because I didn't get the call. But that one was tight, and I didn't have any action on that Knicks game 1.
Me either.
That was a bad call.
Yeah.
Bad call. And
it's a bad call for when it happens. That's the problem. Like if you make that call in the third quarter, okay, that might set the tone going forward for the guys to tighten it up. You can't make that call there. It's just not. Is it a foul? Yeah, but it's not. Like there's certain stipulations where you have to let stuff fly.
Yeah,
it's like a dude. It's like a dude pitching a no-hitter or a perfect game through 7 innings. You might start to give him that little outside corner a little more. You got to let that slide.
Yeah, well said. I completely agree with you. So, I think that's it with the NBA. I think we've covered all. Am I missing? No, I think we've done all the games.
I think we're good.
I think we're good with there. So let's do. It's about 8:00 live update time. Hurricanes 1-0. My Cardinals, man, I keep betting this Cardinals team, and maybe I'm looking at the trends and looking at the numbers too wrong because they're down 3-0, giving up 3 in the first to the Brewers, which is not a good start there. But hey, what can you do? Celtics up 42-37 right now. Our guys aren't rebounding. I think my guy's not even in right now, which I mean, he plays here and there. So we'll see. I was going to assist. Come on, big guy. Dish the ball a little bit. I like our Ken. If it's a foul in the first minute, it's a foul in the last minute. Yeah, and that's how it should. That's how you should. Could you? Hey, Mike, what's going on, man? Don't worry about it, man. Thanks for being here. We appreciate you. It's okay if you're late. We got a lot of shows still left, and we got some good stuff here. So, yeah, I mean, there's times though it just stinks when you watch a game. I don't care if it's football, basketball, whatever, and at the last second there's a call. But again, a foul is a foul, a flag is a flag, whatever you want to say. So it's tough. And then you know how many people now gamble on this. So everybody has an opinion because now people are pissed off if they won money or lost money, and some people are happy because they won money. So kind of goes back in there. So all right, let's move on. Major League Baseball, man. Let's go after this. Hey, we're gonna talk really quick. I'm gonna bring up the Nats, a little local team here, and I don't know. I know they lost last night because I had Baltimore in a money line parlay, but the Nats this week got over 500 since July 1st. 2021. So good job, the Nats, man. And I'm going to give credit. The Nats have played well. Pitching has been good. Pitching has been pretty good. Finnegan, the closer, I think is tied for the lead in saves. So good for the Nats, man. Are they going to hold it up? I don't know. They got some good players in the minor leagues. I think Cruz is not off to the greatest start. I saw somebody today.
No, he's really scuffling.
240. Where's he at, Matt? Is he in Harrisburg?
I think AA. Yeah.
That'd be Harrisburg, yeah. Well, they're one Woods. I think it's Woods. Outfielder is really. They got him in. I think the Soto deal with the Padres. He's going to be up soon. He is a superstar coming. So there you go. Pirates not playing well. Let's just hit my team. And I want to talk about Matt's team really fast too. Pirates, they got a big weekend coming up. Cubs are coming in. Cubs are playing fantastic. You do got Paul Skeens coming up, which is great. I'm pumped for it. Now, will he throw 3 innings? Probably. That's about it. But, but you do have him coming up. The problem with the Pirates is they can't hit. They got Jones. You got Skeens. So it's entertaining to watch those guys pitch, but they got to start scoring runs. And when they score runs, it's a home run. They hit a 3-run homer or a grand slam, and then they try to. That's about all they can do.
I fire some things at you, kind of like off the cuff. All right,
yeah, let's go.
Let's do a little fun. So I dug into hitting stats this year. This is actually one of the worst hitting years I've seen in a while. And I know everybody wants to hit the long ball. Who do you think are the best hitting teams right now? Let's just throw 3 teams out there.
Oh, I think you got to go Dodgers are the best.
Okay.
I would go with, oh my goodness, lost my, Dodgers, Braves. Braves can score runs. I'm just thinking because I have stats and I'm trying to keep my eyes up now, so I'm not cheating, but over teams, but that could be pitching too, that they give up a ton. Hitting. I don't know. I'd say the Phillies at times can score some runs, but I might be wrong on that.
I think the top 3 are Dodgers, Orioles, Phillies right now.
Baltimore. Yeah, man, that was dumb by me. Jeez.
All tops of their division. Dodgers are hitting 270. And then I'll just throw out the worst teams. So the Reds, who are surprisingly competitive, are hitting 209 as a team.
Yeah, they've been faltering a little bit. They haven't been playing great. I don't know what they did today. They played an early game today.
That is awful. And then I believe it might be Colorado or Chicago White Sox. And then the Pirates are tied for 3rd. And the Pirates are hitting 220 as a team. That's 50 points behind the top teams. That's really bad.
It's disgraceful. It's disgraceful.
But the reason I wanted to bring that up is the Orioles. So if we're looking at futures here and betting markets, I've always been an Oakland A's fan because I loved Canseco and the Bash brothers growing up.
Yeah.
So the organization is just a putrid organization. They actually said today they're open to dealing Mason Miller, who is their best player. The Orioles still keep trotting out Craig Kimbrell as their closer, and he's washed.
He's horrible.
Baltimore better be on the phone ASAP and look, we have loads of young talent. We will give you loads of young talent for Mason Miller right now. Mason Miller's numbers are 8 saves for the A's, which is terrific in its own right, and a 1.10 ERA against Kimbrel, who has a 4.73 ERA. Orioles, if you want to be serious and make the push this year, I mean, you had a good run last year, and in the playoffs, now you got your seasoning. Go get Mason Miller and, man, put some pressure on everybody else, especially the AL East, because the Yankees they're not going anywhere. And somehow Boston is still hanging around. And I think Tampa will.
Oh, I got good. Yeah, I got good. Hey, Matt, that was well said, man. What a great point. And that, here's the thing, Matt, I'll piggyback off that. How many prospects can you have?
Too many. I mean,
too many.
They've done an amazing job.
Oh, fantastic.
Fantastic. Yeah, they're actually turned into like a super factory of minor leaguers right now that they can't actually call up. Like Colton Cowser might be AL Rookie of the Year, but he's like their fourth best prospect. And you know what? Start trading some of these guys.
Yep.
And push all in. I mean, that city is starved for a title.
Yeah, great fan base. Yeah, they were crazy last year. And, Holiday didn't really pan out the first time up. I thought overall they kind of pushed him up maybe a little too quick.
I'm okay with it. I want to see you want to see how he does.
But okay, so I'll say this: I think it was a good thing that they sent him back down because I think, and it's the same thing with Davis with the Pirates. Now I'm not putting Davis and Holiday at the same level at all, and I know one was number one and one was number one, but they're not the same number one. And Davis was a great college player, and I still think the guy is going to be a good hitter. But you can't keep throwing him out there. These guys at a young age, and they're struggling and they're striking out. The confidence level just goes, get them back down, readjust some things, work on some things, get the confidence back and bring them back. And hopefully for both of them, it works out for them, especially being a Pirate fan. I hope Davis comes back because I think he's a good stick. Hey, you said something, the Red Sox. I wrote this down. Jen McCaffrey, I got this off X. She's, I think, like a writer for them. Red Sox, this was the other day, leading the Major League Baseball in 2.63, lowest ERA in 36 games since 1920. Good for the Red Sox, man. That team's been banged up, man. They have no hitters. They came into Pittsburgh, took care of business. But again, like I said, a lot of teams have done that lately. But starters have one of the lowest ERAs in 36 games since the 1981 Dodgers. Again, Jen McCaffrey. I got that off X the other day. Good job by them. Pitching great. I don't know if the hitting's going to be there. Let me throw this out really quick. Best over teams. Marlins 22-15-1. Dodgers 21-16. Cleveland 19-15-2. Best under teams. Seattle 25-9 to the under. KC 23-12. Cardinals. Yeah, and like I said, I'm on the Cardinals. They're down 3-0. That ain't going to help me tonight. And what's the catcher? Wilson Contreras?
Yeah,
Contreras, out for 6 to 8 weeks. Got drilled in the arm. So, hey, Ken saying Pirates are calling up prospects. Yeah, they got Skeens coming up. Gonzalez just got promoted too, which Ken, he had to. Guy's been hitting 400. And, I mean, come on. I mean, we need offense as much as anything. You got to bring them up.
Hey, I want to make 2 quick points on one team you touched on.
Jake Lamb, real quick. Bring him up, too. I think it's Lamb, the old veteran, hitting about 400 in Indianapolis, too. Get him up playing first base. Get that fat guy out of town. Okay, go ahead.
Seattle, I watched today. I had them on the background playing the Twins. I don't know how that team right now is 20-18. They can't hit the ball. They're average up. They're somewhere right around 220 with the Pirates as well. Their pitching, I might have to dig in some more, like betting baseball going forward. Their starters must be phenomenal right now behind the scenes. And that's a team we don't get to see a lot on the East Coast. They're late starts. So I might have to dig into to the Mariners pitching staff. And then you brought up Skeens. I hate to say this. It sucks that the potential his first game, man, what if he gets rained out? What a letdown that'll be, because we're supposed to get a lot of rain. That will stink, man. That, like, there's a lot of hype around him, and I get it. And somebody actually brought up on a radio show when I was driving to the gym, I believe they said his strikeout props may have been 6 or 6.5 for his first game. And that makes sense. He's gonna they're gonna try to go 5 innings. You would think.
I'd say 4 or 5. Yeah.
Yeah, that's 15 outs. So I think he can get 6 strikeouts. So that's
The
still
Cubs?
a high number. But
Oh yeah, it'd be an look to see what the team, the Cubs, strikeout for a team is. If they're a higher team, lower team. That's something I haven't dove into. Hey, I'll tell you, the Cubs, that left hand, I think he's Japanese.
Yeah,
Hopefully he's fantastic. Yeah, I gave that on Sharp Angle Syndicate the other night when he pitched. He gave up one in the 8th, and I was losing. I'm like, oh, here we go. Late. I should have just done the first 5. And then
he's going to battle Yamamoto, I believe, for the Rookie of the Year potentially, if they keep going like they do. Shoto Imanaga.
Yeah, and the Dodgers guy, you're better at names than I am, so I don't try to butcher these names. The Dodger guy had one bad outing, and that was the first game. I think over in Japan. I think it was over in Japan, wasn't it?
Yeah, Korea.
Korea. Okay, yeah, okay. Somewhere I knew it was over there. And he pitched, he just drilled it. Now he's been lights out. So both those guys have been fantastic. So, yeah, there we go. Real quick, I want to throw it because I think this is just great stats. And again, this Josh Applebaum that I just, like I said, the guy's just fantastic. Somebody asked him today about the favorites in Major League Baseball, like days. Where are we looking at? Mondays, favorites are hitting at a 58% rate. Tuesday, 55. Wednesday, 61. Thursday, 67. And Matt, I want to ask you, because you've been gambling for a long time too. Is that Thursday because it's an afternoon game and some of these teams are getting out of town and they play like the B lineup?
Yeah, it looks like. So I've been watching the Phillies on Sundays. They've been playing their normal lineups. So maybe teams are shifting the Sunday lineups, which are big series, like those big weekend series, more so into the midweek series. And maybe Thursdays are now turning into the new Sundays. And like you said, maybe these teams are just ready to get out of town unless they're big time starters taking the bump. Like if their number one's gone, they're probably going to shuttle out the best lineup.
All right, let me, Friday, 56%, Saturday, 62%. Here's Sunday, like Matt said, 52%. So still a bad day.
I hope it doesn't get rained out.
Bad day still on those favorites on Sunday and stuff. But, with Skeens, I hope it doesn't get rained out either because that's an Onell Cruz giveaway T-shirt day. I'm shocked the Pirates. I'm going to just say this, and I'm a diehard Pirate fan, but, I mean, you got to poke fun at certain teams, and sometimes it's the Pirates because I think they do a lot of dumb things. I try to defend them, and I get made fun of defending them a lot, but, I mean, it's starting to, I don't know, it's tough. I'm glad Gonzalez is coming up, but it's a Cruz T-shirt, Skeens pitching. I'm shocked they're not doing fireworks. I
think they did fireworks last.
Dude, but they do They could do fireworks every night and people would still come. I don't get my wife loves fireworks. I
don't.
Listen, I've been it was Bland's Park back in the day, Del Grosso Park now in Tipton, Pennsylvania. I mean, if you're up in that area, you know what I'm talking about. Summer Thunder, baby. Summer Thunder. You've seen it once, you've seen it a million times. That's all I have to say. My wife now, if she's listening right now, I'm going to go home and she's going to yell at me because she loves fireworks. All right, let's go hockey really fast. We're hitting everything tonight, and I want to do odd one out because I got 3 good categories tonight before we get out of here. Hockey, Matt, I said over, over, over. Now, you're saying dog, dog, dog. Love it. Let me just say the over here. So we got Boston, Florida. What a great series there. Boston 5-1 the first game. That was an over. Florida last night 6-1. That's another over. We got Carolina. And I was going to stay the trend, Matt. And I'm glad. And I said this to old man in the garage. And I said, I might play the over. It's 5.5. Both games have been 5.5. 4-3, 4-3 Rangers. They're up 2-0. It's 1-0. And I said, if I play the over, it's going to be like 2-1. So I just went Carolina in that money line parlay. Vancouver last night, good comeback against Edmonton, 5-4. That over-under was 6.5. That hit 9. That's another over. Dallas the other night blew a 3-0 lead against Colorado, but that was another over. And like I said, I'm on Dallas tonight. So what's your thoughts? You're more the hockey guy than I am, but I like dabbling in it a little bit.
I'll tell you what, if you're going to give me, and I hate the New York Rangers, But if you're going to give me the Rangers continually at plus money, I'm going to keep taking it. And it's paid off again and again and again. They haven't, I think they're actually going to win again tonight, even though they're trailing right now. Shesterkin is on fire. And Carolina went to their backup goalie already because, I don't know, Anderson, they said is not like tipping his pitches, but they said he's like kind of dropping his gloves. Maybe he's a little tired. The only thing that worries me for the Rangers is their defense, but they put constant pressure on Carolina, which I don't think Carolina's used to because Carolina's fast, but Ziginabad and Trocheck are getting it done. So I'm going to keep rolling with the Rangers. I might even double up tonight, even though they're down 1-0. I see it's plus 140 right now. And then the Western conferences, those are the two where I like the overs because I know Jake Ottinger for the Dallas Stars is playing really well, but the Avalanche are so fast and so talented that they're going to continually barrage Dallas. And they did it the other night, and it paid off. Like the teams who had the big layoffs struggled early in their games, and then they got their legs under them. And it was just like Boston and Florida. Florida had a big layoff. It did take them more than one game, but they turned it on last night, and that's why Boston actually dropped the gloves and kind of gave them, hey, you know what? All right, this game's yours, but we're going to make you pay for it and then get us back to Boston. We'll see what happens up there. But those Western teams, man, boy, did Edmonton choke away a brilliant game last night. 3-0. I think they lost either 5-4 or 4-3, one of the two. I think that is actually a heartbreaker. I actually think Vancouver is going to take it to them now. I think the Edmonton Oilers bubble is just deflated. They don't have a great goalie. And if you can't win against one of your biggest rivals up 3-0 in the playoffs, I believe it wasn't Vancouver. So I'll give them that. But I am actually going to ride Vancouver, Colorado, Boston, and the Rangers continually in these playoffs so far.
All right, good stuff there. You're the hockey guy, man. Good stuff.
I'm 8 for I did that big poll. I will toot my horn. I did go 8 for 8 round one. I got it done. It was surprisingly though, out of there's a lot of people in this pool. 8 other people actually went 8-0 the first round too. But I am the only one with a Boston, Colorado Avalanche finals. So if that happens, I probably will make some nice cash.
Nice. Great job. Fantastic. Yeah. Yeah, I'm doing a little contest. I said with Old Man in the Garage, you pick the team, you pick the series. If you get the series right, you get 3 points. If you just pick the team, you get 1. 10-8 coming into this round right now. So fun stuff. Fun stuff. All right, before we do, we got a couple minutes here. I'm gonna dive into this more next week. Okay? Next week I'm gonna dive in. But we got a second, and then we'll do odd one out before Jess and her crew comes on here and they talk about Sam Hartman and how great he looks, but he can't talk because he's just gorgeous and he has a bad voice. I had a little fun with Jess sending that out to her earlier today. I sent her a little video of him. All right. FanDuel came out over under NFL. And I'm just going to hit on 2 teams. I'm going to keep this card. I'm going to keep the numbers here until next week because I really want to hear Matt. I'm going to do maybe more NFL next week. I'm just going to go the top teams really fast. 11.5 win total. Baltimore, Kansas City, San Francisco. Early thoughts, Matt, because we're in May. But anything that stands out there, 11.5 with the wins.
I would take 2 out of 3 going over that. I think Kansas City goes over that again. And I think San Francisco goes over it again. I don't think all the rumors and nonsense we're hearing about the Niners getting rid of Debo and Ayuk are coming to fruition. I think they keep them. And I don't understand why those guys want to leave. I believe they're both getting paid. Ayuk might be the franchise tag. I'm not sure. But they did enough to backfill too with free agency and the draft. Baltimore scares me only because the division got better. Cleveland did okay with limited draft that they had, but they brought in good free agents. I think the Steelers improved in the draft. Now, I still think the Steelers are the biggest question mark in the division because of the 2 quarterbacks. We don't know what we're getting yet, but I think they improved their O-line, which to me was their biggest deficiency. And I think Cincinnati will bounce back with a healthy Joe Burrow. So I'd take 2 out of 3 to go over 11.5.
All right. I'm just going to hit on my team. Got to find them. I thought I had them down. My goodness. How did I lose
the Steelers
them?
were still 9.5.
Oh, no. A lot lower. Nope, there it is on the back. 7.5, Pittsburgh.
Oh, I'd go over that.
Yeah, that's easy.
And,
I
and
think
you
that's
know
way
me,
over.
I am not a Steelers backer in any way, shape, or form.
Absolutely.
But what they win last year? 10 or did they get 9?
I think it was 10 off the top of my head.
I don't think they're 2.5 games worse. I'll say that.
Ken just said Joe Burrow comeback player of the year. Yeah, good, not a bad one there.
Good.
And then I want to go with the Commanders local team 6.5.
That's tough. That's a really good number. For fun, if you made me bet it today, I would say over because I think the Giants are bad and might potentially be like a bottom 3 team, depending on what happens at quarterback. I don't think Dallas scares me as much as they did this past year. Now, I know people knock their draft and whatnot. They're still loaded with talent. Parsons, Dak's still a good quarterback. He's not a playoff winner quarterback, but they're still good. And I think the Eagles improved. But I think the Commanders did enough if they can keep a healthy O-line in front of Jane Daniels, if he even is the starter. But they brought in, they have decent wide receivers, McLaurin, Dotson, the rookie tight end now, Stanot, Austin Eckler, Brian Robinson. They should be good enough, and I think their D is good enough. So I would go over on the Commanders.
All right, live update here. We're going to do odd one out here to end the show, but let's do a live update. We got Carolina, just 14 minutes left in the second period, 1-0 still. See that under? I said that under is going to probably cash, but I played Carolina tonight. Celtics are tied 54-54. Matt, I'm just looking, and then I can't remember your Mobley. If you can look that up and give that out.
Evan Mobley over 13.5 points, minus 110. And Jaylen Brown over 6.5 rebounds, plus 100. Yeah, he stinks. One rebound. Come on.
My guy's over 6.5 rebounds, assist. He is at 2. So we'll see on that.
Mobley even cashed already. He's at 15.
Oh, great. Good for you. Good for you. Winner there. That's what we like. Cardinals down 4-1. Kansas City has not played yet, and then we'll go from there. So, not the strongest start. That's for sure. Off a good start of the week for me. But all right, there we go. All right, odd one out. New game. We played it last week. I came up with 3 categories. Let me find it here. Jeff, I know you're doing a million things out there, but when I get to the music one, I want you to chime in. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, here we go. All right, Maddie, odd one out. Odd one out. And the game is I give 3 names or 3 things. You got to take one out. Head coaches in the NFL, if you could pick 2 out of 3, if you really like, who would you keep? Who would you take out? Mike Tomlin, Andy Reid, Belichick.
That's going to be the easiest question you're going to ask me. It's Tomlin. He's just not been good in the playoffs. He really only had one good run. People still will say it wasn't his team, and we all know that. I just don't. I think he's a player's coach. I don't think he's a good X's and O's coach. I don't know how much say he has with the GM in developing talent. I'm just not a fan. Belichick, probably the greatest NFL coach we're going to see, having Brady sure did help a lot. And Andy Reid is now the best coach in the NFL and an easy, surefire Hall of Famer. So if you had a vote on a Hall of Famer out of those 2 coaches, Tomlin and Andy Reid, who would you give your vote to? If you only had one vote.
Andy Reid, easily.
Yeah.
Easily.
So that's it.
Easily.
Pretty simple for me.
All right, same thing. I mean, Belichick, Tomlin, Cowher struggled against Belichick. I mean, Belichick kind of struggled at the end there, and you might say Brady really carried that team and a lot of other players. Did you watch the roast at all?
Not the whole thing, but bits and pieces, like as much as possible.
Yeah, I saw bits and pieces. Funny stuff. I know some people, Hernandez's ex-fiance didn't like the comments but hey, maybe your ex-fiance shouldn't have been doing some of the stuff he was doing.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. Probably got away with a lot more too, supposedly. I'm going to say that so you can't come after us, supposedly. It seemed pretty good.
Thank you.
See, supposedly. That's all you have to say, Jeff. I got it, supposedly. you know.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Okay, that's bad. Allegedly. Supposedly, okay, let me write that down in my notebook so I can say that sometimes. So
That's like in contracts, the difference between will and shall.
all right, next question here. All right, so I'll do the music one last. Let's go TV. I got TV category this week.
Okay.
And John and Jeff, if you hear this and you want to chime in, then just chime in too. Office, Friends, Seinfeld. One has to go.
Oh man, holy smokes! Seinfeld's a given to stay. Probably the easy top 3 show for me, if not number 1. I'd have to really think about that. This might be unpopular, but I would probably throw out Friends. A great run, and I mean, you have to think about it. They were generational, like people wanted to dress like them, act like them. Be it Jennifer Aniston had her own haircut, worldwide craze. But I don't know, super funny. But some of the characters actually annoyed me. They had some really good side characters, brought in some fun. But The Office, man, is pretty legendary, and it's from Wilkes-Barre, PA, so it holds a lot of fun being from Pennsylvania. So yeah, I'd eliminate Friends.
All right. I don't know if the guys behind Jeff, you got a comment?
That's an easy one for me.
Okay, go for it.
I hate The Office.
You hate The Office. Okay.
Yeah. Friends, it's cute.
Yeah.
You know, Seinfeld is like my life.
Yeah.
Everything relates to Seinfeld. Like there's something that happens every day in my life that I'm like, that was on Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Pretty
They
much,
covered that.
John?
Hey,
Same.
and-
I hate The Office.
And just so you
I
know,
despise
their
it.
reruns are on all day, every day.
Friends is on all, you can find Friends all the time. So John,
See,
you
I don't
said
look for that. I just know where Seinfeld is, so I can go right to it.
Okay. John, what did you say?
Yeah, I hate The Office. I love Seinfeld. I never saw Friends, but if you were to swap out like Parks and Rec instead of The Office,
Yeah.
I'd probably kick out Friends. But
Okay, well,
for this one, I'd
this is a
kick
long
out-
summer to play. I like doing the sports, music, TV. You know, we'll do some other stuff here. So, all right, here we go. I think I know Jeff will chime into this. John, I think you'll chime in. So, what would I do there? I want to do Ken. Ken said get rid of Mike Tomlin and The Office. Okay, there's Ken's. I would get rid of probably The Office. And the problem is, I've seen Friends, and now like they're on. I love Seinfeld too. I think Seinfeld, you can relate to Seinfeld, like Jeff said there. But and I like all 3 shows, but I'd say The Office. Okay, music tonight. I'm gonna go back to hair metal because I like hair metal. I know Jeff likes hair metal. Motley Crue, Poison, Rat.
Ouch.
I know.
You guys better go first on that one.
Okay.
he needs a minute.
He needs a minute.
I think I'll go.
Okay, go for it.
It's actually pretty easy for me, even though they're 3 legendary hair bands. I just think if you had to rattle off songs, you're going to know more Motley Crue, more Poison, and it's no knock on Rat, but somebody's got to go. So I'm going to do Rat just because I think the other 2 are the upper echelon of hair metal.
Okay, I'll jump.
Hold on, we got a stand up and shout coming in.
Okay, we got.
Exactly, no.
Okay, here we go.
Now you
Stand
go
up
up
and
a can of
shout, man.
worms.
Jeff,
Listen to that. I can't
Especially
have
after
that.
just being on a stage with Bret Michaels. That's going to be really tough. It basically that's what this is, except for it's only kill. You can kill one. That's it.
we got our guys, man. We got the rock group. I didn't know if they were still here.
Of course.
Okay, so last. Okay, guys, what's
All right,
going on, man?
am
Thanks
I,
for being here.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right, because I'm sorry. I can't
clear.
hear Pittsburgh.
You got headphones behind you. You pop them on so you can hear up.
Oh, yes.
This is not the first time you've done this, you know.
I know,
Hey, Jeff, welcome to the radio business or podcasting
What's going on,
business.
guys, man? Good to see.
love
Stand up and shout. If you like rock music, these are the guys
Look,
to
I-
listen to. I love
heard
these guys.
rock and roll. Like I couldn't resist coming in for the rock and roll.
Okay, so-
A little
conversation.
crossover here.
Exactly.
If you're going to lay odds on music, you need to have experts.
Yeah, and I'm not an expert, so absolutely. So here's the game. Odd
right.
one out. So we give you 3 choices, and you have to. One has to go. One has to go, which is it's
Just
hard
one
because
has to go between the 3.
between the 3.
Okay.
So, Poison, Motley Crue, Rat.
Okay, so I'm going to put it in an era. I'm going to put it in a time frame. Now, 2024, for the duration of the career, or say back in their peak.
You just got to
You're
throw it out.
overcomplicating
You're
it.
overdoing. Of course, this is a music guy right now.
my
These guys,
You're at
answers
the
could
pearly
vary.
gates. You're at the pearly
My
gates right
answers
now.
could vary.
It's easy.
But it's right now. You're at the pearly gates, whether you're going to let them in heaven or not.
you just got to get rid of one.
One of them's going to hell, and the other two are going to heaven.
Yeah.
What are you going to get rid of?
Poison.
I think I would probably get rid of Poison also.
Okay, so real quick, because I don't want to go
I'm
over.
sorry,
time.
Pete and
Why?
Brett.
Why? Real quick.
Well, first of all, we're in the 40-year anniversary of Rats Out of the Cellar, which is a game-changing album for 1984. And we also just saw a fantastic Rat show this past Saturday. Well, it was Stephen Pearcy from Rat, so it wasn't actually the full band of Rat, but Stephen Pearcy.
Pearcy's fantastic. Yep.
1984, like there's a lot of to be game-changing albums from that year, but specifically Out of the Cellar is our number one. We did a bottoms up where we counted down albums from 1984 that we preferred in our arsenal, and all three of us, including Mr. Salisbury out there, like brought in Rat. So I'm sorry, like I heard you say Rat, and then that's where we had to like invade. In the invasion of your privacy. Exactly, yes. And that Rat way, because we had to come in and defend. I would say that, like, what you guys are bringing up, though, Motley Crue and Poison both may have had a better span of popular albums.
Yeah.
But I think that one album has had overwhelming impact, not only with who would listen to that album, but the music community. Are you with me on that one there, Jeff?
Kind of. So I think this is going to be a brutal upset because I'm looking at it right now. And, like, if you're looking at 80s mullet Jeff, it's obviously Poison is out.
You're going to the era. Like
I know, but I'm saying right now.
I was overcomplicating.
No, he called it out. So I'm calling it now because after that release of that album, the Crew just put out and the crap that they've done and been through, Crew is out.
Okay, right. So that's why I said 2024. I would eliminate Motley Crue.
Yep, me
2024.
too.
Okay.
Me too.
That's why. So you just overcomplicated, just for the record.
So Matt, everybody on our show, we don't go that deep. These guys are going deep, man. Jeff's going deep. These guys are going deep, and that's why they have the best rock show. Check them out. Stand up and shout. Here's mine. Matt said, I'm going to go Rat too, and I love Rat, but man, Motley Crue. Now again, Mick Mars is out of the band.
Yeah.
So
Have you heard? We talked about it before you guys just started up. Have you heard the new song?
I have not heard it.
You don't have to.
It's
I'll just say
horrible.
that you don't have to. It's all good.
It's hot garbage.
It's hot garbage. Okay, I'm going to go then living in my dreams back in the 80s and 90s and everything like that. So I'm going to keep Motley Crue, I'm going to keep Poison, and I'm going to kick Rat out, which is a hard
Man, you guys.
You
sports guys.
Hey, listen.
Are you getting more anthems in the stadium from Poison and Motley Crue? Is that what that's all about?
Hey, love Poison, love Motley Crue, but I do love Rat. Hey, that's why Odd One Out's such a hard. Real quick, that last one, TV, Friends, Office, and what was the other one? Seinfeld. Real quick.
That's kind of easy for me.
Office.
I'd go Friends. The Kick Out, right?
Yeah, Kick Out.
I'd
You
kick
gotta
out
kick.
Friends. Yeah. I don't need
Never
that.
watched The Office.
That was a soap opera, wasn't it? Friends.
No, it was this sitcom.
Office is funny.
I know. I just never watched it.
Okay. There we go. There we go. Hey, everybody. Thanks
Wow, hold on.
We started more stuff. We got a Tribe Called Jess
You
coming
get
in.
invited. Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
Notebook Wagering.
You're gonna defend
the double
Friends?
crossover
Man,
show.
we got everybody here tonight, man. I love
I
this.
don't even need a mic.
This is the
Yeah,
double
But you can't hear
crossover
soap opera?
show.
Here at Pittsburgh.
Is WSN.
A soap opera.
On a
Friends
very
is a soap
special
opera.
Notebook Wagering.
That Ross Rachel shit. Who's dating who?
If you
I
place the
can't-
bet on the
This is
over under
sitcom.
to have
This
all
isn't
three
the guiding
podcasts,
light.
you win.
So which one do you want to tackle
What was
before we
the
get out of
three?
here? The three. Okay, we're doing, you got to kick one out. You got Friends, Office, Seinfeld.
Oh, that's tough.
That was easy.
Can I just cheat on all of them?
I had a good one before we went out. I was going to tell you
I'm
to
gonna
talk
get
about
out
it. Hey, so here before we bounce here, I got Jess because she's coming. So stick around, man. Get on her show because she's going to talk everything. I got just two. You got to kick one out. Hartman, Kelsey. She'll discuss here in about 15 minutes. There you go. And they all have to talk, Jess. They all have to talk. So, hey, everybody, thanks so much for being in the chat, man. Thanks for, hey, check out Stand Up and Shout.
You're funny, man.
Check out
love you guys.
everybody, man, here at Wild Style Productions. What a fun show. Matty, any last comments?
No, I like a little bit of chaos, and we got it there at the end.
Man, that chaos is pretty damn good, man. Nothing
Thanks,
wrong with that.
fellas.
Man. That's
And
the
look,
way we like
This
it.
is my payback for you taking all my money at
That's
those
what I'm talking
rounds of
about, man.
fights.
Matty, what do we always say?
Hey, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining, guys, and bang your bookies.
Thanks for listening to the Notebook Wagering
was fun.
Podcast. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any episodes, and be sure to follow @Notebook Wagering. Until next time.